to my apartment and you cooperate.
No, I don't like it. No, I don't like you anymore.
You see, he has that charm on people where they just, I don't know. You know, he just doesn't know how to talk to women. And I've been trying to teach him, and, you know.
Doesn't work out?
Doesn't work out ever.
Oh my God. You know, there are people like that. What can you do?
Exactly, yeah. And, you know, there are people like that, and I just usually walk away from them. And that's what I've been telling Sonny, but what do I know, right?
Tell me about you in New York.
Me in New York, I live in Hell's Kitchen. I've been in New York for a little over 10 years. I perform at all the comedy clubs during the day. I sing in Telegram all over the city. And I performed in just about every venue in the city. So that's me in New York. And I love coffee. I'm a New Yorker. I love the coffee.
Great. What about singing? Can you sing a little bit? Just to show off your voice?
Okay. You are the birthday girl, the only birthday girl. I'm wishing you a happy birthday. You never know, dear, how much I love you. So happy birthday. This is Alex in New York. Even though it's not her birthday, maybe it is. Is it your birthday? Well, happy Alex in New York Day.
Yay! Love it. Awesome. Okay, so you have a lot of talents. What about acting? I want to hear about it as well.
Well, acting is for the whole acting thing. I am a member of the Screen Actors Guild, and I have done some voiceover work all over the city. I have worked with the 13th Street Repertory Theater. I've appeared in a number of short films. I've done a bunch of improvisation, a bunch of skits, and you can check that out on YouTube, and I want to do more of that.
What's the address of your YouTube channel?
www.youtube.com /April the Star, APRILTHESTARR, all one word.
Oh, awesome. So you're the star.
Well, YouTube wouldn't let me have my own name, so I just punched it in out of frustration.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's why I have such an ostentatious handle, yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you have your website, or you're just available on YouTube?
Oh, I have my website too. www.April, APRIL, Brooker, BRUCKER, all one word.com.
Awesome. Okay, what's your goal? What do you want to achieve? Which way would you like to go? Because I see you do a lot of things.
I want to take over the world. And I want to do everything because as of now, I have appeared on a lot of major programs in America. I've gotten some coverage overseas. I've written a book. I saw, I sang Memoirs of a Singing Telegram Delivery Girl. That's in the library system here in New York City, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Kindle, Nook, and NYU, Brown University Bookstore, as well as Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh. And they also sell it overseas. And my single Stay was #1 on the internet for 6 weeks. So I just have been doing a lot. And so my next goal is to tour, and ideally I want to tour Europe, but someday I want to perform at Carnegie Hall here in the city, and Sydney Opera House in Sydney, Australia, but also throughout Eastern Europe, maybe stop in Iceland because they've been so nice to me lately, Italy, all those places. But ultimately I would like to have a show for children called Storytime with April and Friends, where I read bedtime stories to children every night with my puppets. But ultimately I would also like the late night talk show as well, both at the same time.
Wow, you have big dreams.
I do, because I figure dream big or don't dream at all.
Yeah, that's true. Plus you're in New York. Everything is possible, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everything is possible in New York. And no matter where in the world my career takes me, I always want to have a home base in New York of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. What about your modeling? You also told me you're modeling?
Yes, I'm a spokesperson for a line called Panic Girl Press.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done some hair modeling and stuff, but I want to do some more modeling. The big dream is to be the spokesmodel for Coca-Cola.
Why? Do you like Coca-Cola?
Well, I have a fascination with Coca-Cola bottles. It's kind of ridiculous. When I was a kid, my dad used to take us to Florida. We used to go every summer on vacation until I was about 10, when we bought property in South Carolina. But there was like this backwoods store. And if you know anything about Florida, it's like it's tourists and locals and old people.
Okay.
But the locals are kind of redneck, whereas the old people and the tourists are from elsewhere. And it was this backwoods store that sold Coca-Cola in glass bottles. And so it was that and Twix. And my brother used to steal my Twix, because you know how they come in two. He used to steal one. But my sister at least took it out and trade. And the glass bottles always fascinated me, and so I've always wanted to be a spokesmodel for Coca-Cola.
Wow.
And until recently, I never thought it was going to happen for me. And now it's like everything's starting to come to fruition. So,
Really?
yes.
Wow. So you have like a really big career ahead of you, don't you?
I hope so. From your mouth to God's ears, absolutely.
Great. I'm actually addicted to Coca-Cola. Like,
Really?
That's one of my two. Yeah. I'm addicted to Coca-Cola and coffee. As you said, in New York, you got to drink coffee.
Yeah, you got to have caffeine. It's either Coca-Cola, coffee, or both. And for me, it's both. But you know what? There are worse vices that you could have. And if that's your big vice, God bless you.
What about your beginnings? How did you get into entertainment?
It was an accident. Any good thing that has ever happened in my life has been an accident. I wish I could say that I planned everything in my life, but I did not. I was 13 years old, and I was going through a rough time because I got injured, and I couldn't do gymnastics or dive anymore because that was my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I could always write. I've been writing since the time I was small. And so we were watching an Edgar Bergen TV special, because I grew up without cable, by the way. And in America, I don't know if you know this, but if you get one channel, you have to get 100. And my brother was playing football, so my dad wanted to see the local games. And so my dad actually had a fight with the cable provider. He's like, I want one channel. They're like, no, you're getting 30 others. But I only want one.
That's true.
And my dad was right, but that's just not the way it went. So anyway, we were watching Edgar Bergen TV special on our new cable, and I think it was Dan Horn, Jeff Dunham, who you said that you were a fan of.
Yeah, I love Jeff Dunham.
Was performing, and a slew of others, and they were all trying to talk like ventriloquists, and none of my family members could do it because they all tried to imitate them. And I was the one with the sideways Irish smile, so I could do it. It's my great grandmother's smile. It drives my mother crazy. And that Christmas, I got a Groucho Marx ventriloquist figure under the tree.
So that's how it started, with a puppet, basically.
Yeah. Everything starts and ends with a puppet for me. Yeah.
Okay, and from there you went to acting, singing, writing.
From there, I was also taking part in forensics, and I was a heck of a storyteller, apparently. I've always been good on my feet. It keeps me out of trouble, because my mouth always gets me in trouble, so it's got to get me out, right? You know. And so, but I was winning ribbons and stuff for my storytelling. And then I started to host a show on cable access when I was 13 called April Talk, where I would interview people like you're interviewing me, and these would be local celebrities. I even interviewed a few state congressmen.
You were 13.
Yes, I was 13, 14 years old, and I was doing this.
Oh my God.
And I'd also write my own little skits, have my own little characters. I also made short films, and then I also performed my ventriloquism at nursing homes. I took part in community theater, and I just took acting classes, writing classes. I also wrote for a local paper, so like it just kept finding me.
You're a busy, very busy woman. I'm gonna repeat that and repeat that forever.
Oh, thank you.
Super busy.
Super busy. Well, thank you.
But it's good. It's good for you.
Well,
Okay.
thank you. Yes, it's not an easy job taking over the world.
Any upcoming gigs?
Any upcoming gigs? Yes. July 3rd, you can see me at Dixon Place. It's called Fearless, My Life So Far. It's about all the recent press I've been getting overseas and some of my adventures about being lost in translation because a paper in Indonesia, I may have forgot to mention Indonesia. That's what it done.
You did mention, actually, your puppet mentioned that.
Oh, she did. Good. Because a blogger in Indonesia thought that we made $2 billion. We spent $2 billion on our upkeep, yes.
Yeah.
She held that teddy bear like she knew all the answers. So Dixon Place, July 3rd. Fearless, My Life According to Me. And also, I wrote a comic strip, everybody. It's April and May. We're a crime-fighting duo, and we're having a book signing at Forbidden Planet on June 24th.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah, so if you're a dork, check that out. And we will also be dropping on Comixology in August at some point.
Okay. At the end, I would like to ask you also about your song, because you just mentioned it. Stay, right?
Stay, yes. Stay was #1 on the internet for like 5.5 weeks.
Okay. What is it about?
It's a B-side Madonna cover, And so, but I'm trying to shop it around in Europe because they've shown some interest. But they also showed a lot of interest in the U.S. It's what everybody loves that I did vocally, and I was surprised because I don't consider myself a singer first and foremost. But I've always been tied musically because in high school I always had lead roles in the musicals, but I wasn't in the top 21 choir. But they thought that I was funny. Whereas my drama teacher didn't like me so much and wouldn't put me in the straight play, but the musical director loved me. And then when I graduated from college, I worked as a singing telegrammer and still do, but I don't have the angelic voices that some of my coworkers have, but music has always found me. So I'm hoping that Stay gets picked up by an FM radio station, and maybe I'll get to perform the song live someday with Madonna.
Awesome. Well, I'll wish you that.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for watching Alex in the City. Say bye.
Bye.
Love you night and day. Bigger than a Cadillac. Love for me has got to be real.